Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you, and let me be crystal clear to leave an everlasting impact. Just imagine being buried alive. You're in a coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to get out of that coffin. You tried lifting the lid, but the enormous weight upon the lid prevents you from doing that. You bang on the lid. Hopefully, the dirt upon the lid will unsettle, and someone on top might notice and start digging their way down towards you. This is what it's like to find yourself at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help. You know you can't do it on your own. You just don't know where to get help. In reality, there are probably people standing right by your grave. You just think you're going to die. Usually, though, you don't think about death when you're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be great at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind that while you were abusing drugs and alcohol, that maybe, just maybe, you might overdose and take something that was preciously given to you by God, called life? More selfishly, you will take away something from the people that need, want, and love you most. You will take your life away from them, your children, your grandchildren, your mother, your father, your husband, your wife. With this, let me leave one last note. Don't be the person that I just read about on these index cards that went to their grave without seeking help. Instead, be the person that picks up the phone and calls me at 844-405-HELP, and I promise you I will help you take your life back before your life is gone. People like Larry Geis from the Geis Academy, 516-458-2741. Larry Geis and I always tell people like you, it doesn't matter where you've been, it doesn't matter where you came from. What matters is that you're here and you're looking for help today. Larry Geis can be found at www.odysseyconsultant.org. Larry Geis from the Geis Academy. Him and I always tell you, give us a call, we will help. But we are just a crutch in the process of healing. You need to reach for your higher power. And what better way to do it than when you go to bed at night, when you take your slippers off and you put them by the edge of your bed, that you slip them under your bed. When you slip them under your bed, in the morning when you go to retrieve them, you have to go on your knees, you're looking under the bed, and there they are, and you retrieve them. And while you're on your knees, you ask God for guidance and forgiveness. You ask God for a beautiful week. You thank God for a beautiful day that He's allowing you to be on earth again. Together, Larry and I will help you take your life back. 39 ways to live and not merely exist. The proper function of a man is to live and not just exist. Jack London. Too often we go through life on autopilot, going through the motions and having each day pass like one before it. That's fine and comfortable until you have gone through another year without having done anything, without having really lived life to its fullest. That's fine until you have reached old age and look back and you have your life regrets. That's fine until you see your kids go off to college and realize that you missed their childhood. And it's not fine if you want to truly live life, to really experience it, to enjoy it to the fullest instead of barely scraping by and only living life of existence. Then you need to find ways to break from the mold and drink from life. What follows is just a list of ideas, 39 obvious ones, mostly that you could keep thought to yourself. But I hope that our useful reminders will help you, and you practice at least 38 out of 39. We all need reminders sometimes. If you find this useful, print it out by going to, you can actually email Ralph at RALF@TakeYourLifeBackToday show, and I'll actually email you a copy so you can print it out, and then you can start using it. Number 1, love. Perhaps the most important. Fall in love if you haven't already done so. If you have, fall in love with your partner all over again. Abandon caution and let your heart be broken. Or love family members, friends, or anyone else that you want to. It doesn't have to be romantic love. Love of all humanity, one person at a time. Number 2, get outside. Don't let yourself be shut indoors. Go out when it's raining. Walk on the beach. Hike through the woods. Swim in a freezing lake. Bask in the sun. Play sports or walk barefoot through grass. Pay close attention to Mother Nature. Number 3, savor food. Don't just eat your food, but really enjoy it. Feel the texture, the burst of flavor, savor every bite. If you limit your intake of sweets, it will make the small treats you give yourself. Berries or dark chocolate are my favorites, even more enjoyable. And when you do have them, really, really savor them slowly. Number 4, create a morning ritual. In my case, it's to go and get my slippers from under the bed and do my morning prayer. Wake up early, greet the day, watch the sunrise. Out loud, tell yourself that you will not waste this day. Out loud, scream, thank you, God, for another day. You will be compassionate. Your fellow human beings you promise to God, and live every moment to its fullest. Stretch or meditate or exercise as your part of your ritual. Enjoy some coffee, but thank God while you're on your knees that He is allowing you to live another day. Take chances. We often live life too cautiously, worried about what might go wrong. Be bold, risk it all. Quit your job and go business for yourself. Plan out first, or go to that girl that you've liked for a very long time and ask her out. What you do is important in how you live your life. And what do you have to really lose, folks? Number 6, follow excitement. Try to find the things like things that might excite you and go after them. Make life one exciting adventure after another, with perhaps some quiet time in between. Find your passion, folks. In my case, my passion is doing these videos. It's my rehab and my passion. What is your passion? Similar to the above, this one asks you to find your calling. What is your calling? Make your living by doing the thing that you love to do the most. But find your passion there. There may be many things that you might enjoy, but find out which one is your true passion and see if you can make a living. It might not be difficult once you figure it out. Get out of your cubicle. Do you sit all day in front of the computer, shuffling papers and taking phone calls and chatting on the internet? Don't waste your days like this. Break free from the cubicle environment and do your work on a laptop, outside maybe. Number 9, turn off the TV. How many hours will we waste in front of the boob tube? How many hours do you have to live? Do the math and then unplug the TV. TV is great for every once in a while, but not all the time. And that applies to popping in a DVD as well. Number 10, pull away from the internet. That goes right back to the cubicle. Get away from the internet at least a few hours when you can. My biggest problem is I'm in front of it way too much. So get away from the internet. Number 11 is coming up. Number 11. Travel. Sure, you want to travel someday when you have a vacation time or when you're older. Well, what are you waiting for? Take that little break, even if you travel just on weekends. But travel, enjoy the world, enjoy God's creation, and thank God for allowing you to be able to live on this beautiful earth. But thank God also for allowing you to enjoy this beautiful earth. Number 12, discover what's important. Take an hour and make a list of everything that's important to you. Could be your relationship, could be your mother, your father, it could be your job. Write down what's important. Come up with at least 5 things and read them every day. Eliminate everything else is number 13. What's going on in your life that's not on that short list, all that stuff wasting your time, eliminate it. If you're in a relationship that seems like a dead end, eliminate that relationship. You will find better. I always try to tell my kids, best place to find a man, because we have 3 daughters, best place to find a man is in the church. Worst place to find a man is in a bar. Take it from a person that used to be in a bar like a cougar, no, like a tiger looking for his prey. I would look for women. It's not the place, because most guys, as I did in those days, think about one thing when they're in a bar, and it's not alcohol alone. Exercise. Get off the couch and go for a walk. Eventually try running, but don't overexert yourself, especially if you have heart issues. Number 15, a huge one. Be positive. Learn to recognize the negative thoughts you have. These are the self-doubts, criticism of others, and complaints. The reason you can't do something. And if you really want to be positive, always say when you are in a negative situation is that the glass is not half empty, but it's half full. The glass is half full most of the times. Number 16, open your heart. Is your heart a closed bundle of scar tissues? Learn to open it. Have it ready. Receive it to give love unconditionally. Number 17, kiss the rain. Seize the moment and be romantic. Raining outside. Go out there and kiss the rain. Just pucker up and kiss every drop coming down. You might even want to do that and dress sexy for him and ask him to come out there with you. Nothing like two people enjoying the rain. Number 18, face your fears. What are you afraid of most? What's holding you back? Whatever it is, recognize it and face it. Number 19 is let me just say this. I hope that you're finding the last 18 things to be useful for you. I really do hope that you're finding that, because don't stop now, because there are more to come, and I want you to please listen up. But here comes number 19. When you suffer, suffer. Life isn't all about fun and games. Suffering is an inevitable part of life. We lose our jobs, we lose our lovers, we lose our pets, we get physically injured. In my case, I lost my mother. I'm still suffering from it, but I do realize that I have to go on. My mother wouldn't want me to stop and just kind of roll over. So, I'm not saying enjoy the suffering, but you have to take the suffering. It's part of it. Number 20 is slow down. Life moves along at such rapid pace. Please slow down. Take 2 steps back, 1 step forward, instead of 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Number 21, touch humanity. Get out of your house, manicured neighborhoods, and find those who live in worse condition. Meet them, talk to them, understand them, live among them, and volunteer to help them. Number 22 is volunteer. Help a homeless soup kitchen. Learn compassion and learn to help ease the suffering. Help the sick. Number 23, play with children. Children, more than anyone else, know how to live. They experience everything in the moment fully. When they get hurt, they really cry. When they really play hard, and they have fun. Play with them and learn to be joyful like them. Number 24, talk to old people. There is no one wiser, more experienced, more learned than those who have lived through life already. They can tell you amazing stories. Listen to them. They are interesting stories, and you probably will learn something from their experiences in life. Take advantage of their existence while they still are around. Number 25, learn new skills. Constantly improve yourself instead of standing still. Not because you're so imperfect now, but because it's gratifying and satisfying. You should accept yourself as you are. Number 26 is find spirituality. For some, this means finding God, or Jesus, or Allah, or Buddha. For others, this means becoming in tune with the spirits of our ancestors, or with nature. For still others, this just means inner energy. Whatever spirituality means for you, rediscover it. In my case, it's God, and I hope to God that you utilize my put on your slippers and walk with God analogy. Number 27, take many retirements. Don't leave the joy of retirement until you get old and too old to enjoy it. Do it now while you're young. It makes working so much more worth it. Find ways to take a year off and save a few years. Now, not everyone can do this financially, but if you can, try to do it. Number 28, do nothing. Despite the tip above that you should find excitement, there is value in doing nothing at all. Just sit back, enjoy Mother Nature, enjoy the beautiful music on your stereo, enjoy the company, the love around you. Stop playing video games is number 29. Right up there with the computer